to the show, welcome to the pain, welcome to the pros, welcome to the grind. Your story's never told unless you leave it with a legacy before you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. It's Chun from XTERRA, live from the Lago di Molveno in Italy, in the Dolomiti Paganella region, Trentino. Alongside me, ladies and gentlemen, former XTERRA world champion and technical director of the XTERRA European Tour, Monsieur le Professeur, Mr. Nicolas Lebrun. Hi Nico, how's it going today?
I'm pretty good, John. I'm happy to be here with you now, on the distance, because it's pretty windy and rainy outside. So now I'm warm and, with you to commentate this race.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, Nico and I are really, really lucky because we are for the moment under a gazebo, how they call it here, because here in Molveno, when we arrived at the beginning of the week, it was beautiful weather, beautiful landscape, and today, as you can see on the images, it's the storm.
Yes, we, like you can see on the image, we had to put down, many of the branding. So today, sorry if it's not looking perfectly, because yes, we have a really strong wind. The rain this morning was okay, but now after midday the wind started to blow quite hard, so we had to put down all the flags and most of the branding. So it might be not look like what we wanted, but at least I think we'll have a race, because I have to say that we were quite nervous with all these conditions, but normally it will be better and better, so hopefully it will be like good enough to have a great battle.
Yes, we will have a great battle, and for those who have never been to the Dolomiti Paganella region, you have to know that it's an absolutely fantastic region with the UNESCO World Heritage Dolomites here available, where you can do a lot of super nice activities, water sports, biking, winter sports. It's also a resort for the families. So ladies and gentlemen, I really encourage everybody who loves nature, outdoor sports to come to this region, because it's absolutely spectacular and wonderful. And Nico, you and I, we also love the Italian food, and oh boy, until then, we're really happy because we ate incredible food.
Yes, this is Italy. You have here in the Dolomites like amazing landscape, but like everywhere in Italy, the food is like so beautiful. And of course, this is also why we love to come here and to organize races, of course. And yes, and you saw those images when the weather is nice. It's completely amazing.
Totally different context now, because as we told you and as you can see and witness on the images, it is raining. The wind is quite strong. It's for the moment 12 degrees, so the combination of the rain and the wind can make it really hard for the athletes.
Oh, I think it will be okay. 12 degrees, it's not that cold when you're racing, when you are pushing hard. It's of course it's cold, but for the athletes it will be, they will focus on the race. They will push hard, very short race where you cannot like slow down even 1 minute. So for them, I think it will be quite good if again we don't have too much wind, because when you start a race, then the rain, you don't really care. You are wet from the swim. And then the water is like 15 degrees, so they can wear the wetsuit. So I think the condition when you start the race, it's before. As an athlete, you hate the wet when it's before the race, before the start. But then when the gun goes off, then you don't really care.
In the action, you will not care anymore about the weather conditions, and it promises to be an action-packed race, short track, new format. First time we did it this year was in Czech Republic. It was a battle, and today it's going to be a different format again. before getting on with the explanations of the rules, because there are some slight changes, we are happy to welcome everybody from all around the world watching us. We will be following your comments on XTERRA Europe, XTERRA Global pages. Also, welcome to the viewers from Triathlon Live. It's really nice for us to be able to show you this exciting new format. So, Nico, today there has been some changes. This morning they had a time trial qualifying round for the boys.
Yes, when we planned this race early this year, it was completely different because it was a race with other events with sprint distance and open to everybody. Then the COVID came, and luckily, the government and the location here, the city of Molveno and Andalo, we find a deal to keep the race only for elites. So just a few athletes, maximum 25 men and 25 women, maximum like that. We can manage everything, the distance and enough space everywhere. So this is why we changed for an elite only race. And
you see on the screen the highlights of the qualifying race this morning. So it was a start every 30 seconds in time trial mode. They had 1 lap of 200 meters of swim to do, 2 laps of biking and 1 lap of running. That was in the morning. And indeed, it was really nice action because Ruben Ruzafa, who this year so far didn't have a really strong year, finished in first position. In second position, a really strong athlete from Czech Republic, Lukas Kočár, finished second, and Arthur Serrière, the actual European champ and winner of XTERRA Malta, was third. Also in front of François Vie, who had a really strong qualifying round, finishing fourth, in front of Filippo Rinaldi, the local star and Scott athlete, and François Carloni finishing sixth. Also in front, behind François Carloni, Jens-Emil Slot-Nielsen, Xavier Daflon from Switzerland in 7, Gaëtan Vivien from France in 9, Filippo Barasuol, who had a great race, we didn't expect him to be that high, was in number 10, Wojtek Bednarski 11, Valerio Patane 12, then Tim Van Dahl 13, etc., etc., etc. So the action this morning was really exciting, and depending on the ranking of the morning, each position they lose, they actually get a 3 seconds penalty, that you would call that. They start 3 seconds later than the athlete in front of him.
Yeah, we call that the pursuit style. It's really common on cross-country skiing and biathlon. So normally it's about you will lose the time you lose on the qualification, but we want to keep a race more compact and have more fight during the race. So we went with the race committee came with these rules to use the morning as a first ranking, and then now for this main event, so for the final, the big race, the athletes will start every 3 seconds. Also, because of the COVID, we are not allowed to have mass starts. This is also why we had to think about what we can do to keep a very intense show, but have the athletes start not in mass start. So we came out with this idea to mix what we are doing, what they are doing in ski or biathlon.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, obviously Nico and myself were not wearing masks because we're in the same bubble, we're living together in the same hotel, etc. You will see that otherwise the people that we will interview after the race will be wearing masks, etc. We are complying to the rules of the country that welcomes us, and in Italy, indeed, we will need to wear masks when we interview another athlete.
We'll try our best, but today with the conditions, maybe some athletes will, be in really bad shape, and so we will try to do our best. But if we don't wear masks, we will keep our distance for sure, because of course we have to respect the rules actually, and try to do our best for that.
and at XTERRA, the main focus is security first. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the start is going to be in 6 minutes for those watching us on XTERRA Europe, XTERRA Global, or the other pages. Now you will see the starting list now appearing on the screen. Feel free to comment on the social media. Tell us from which country you're watching us. Tell us if you have comments or encouragements for the athletes. We already have Françoise Martinez. Salut Mathieu. Tous au rendez-vous pour suivre Jacques. Fabio Guidelli. Go Matteo Violi. Go Get Vivien. Mathieu Feder-Schwanner. Yes. Roger Serrano. For you, Nico. Take your shirt off.
Maybe later at the end of the show if we if we finish in one piece.
So, ladies and gentlemen, start in 5 minutes. So, in the meantime, we will just remind to the audience the distances for this afternoon. It's two loops of swim.
Yeah, of 200 meters of swim, so 400 total.
4 loops of bike.
Yes, it's 1.7k for the bike, so 4 loops.
And 2 loops of run.
And the run loop is a little bit shorter, it's 1.2 kilometers.
So 2, 4, 2. And there is also this special rule of if you're being lapped, you have to stop your race.
Yeah, this is also something that you can see that in biathlon and in Super League. We want always the leader be leading the race. So if you get lapped, this is the rules. You have to withdraw from the race, but you finish the loop, to the transition. Then you stop in the transition.
And in the meantime, I see Fred Chanet who says hello. Obviously, we're thinking about Max Chanet, who unfortunately had an accident while he was training 2 weeks ago. Max, on pense à toi très fort, and we hope that you're going to recover soon because Max was really strong before that accident.
Yes, he even asked if we can postpone the race from 1 week, like that he can recover and come, to race with us.
Max, you're going to race with us next year, no problem. Rui Silva, watching from Portugal, pushing for François V. Yes, Rui, François had an absolutely impressive qualifying round this morning. He was just flying on the jumps.
Yeah, no, François, we saw him in Malta, how he improved this year, and now he can really fight with the best, for sure, because being fourth here, when you see the start list, is just amazing.
Absolutely amazing. A lot of confirmed athletes, but also the new generation coming strong. So Ruben Ruzafa proved again that he was still there and he's not ready to give up his crown. He was qualified first in front of Lucas Kochar, Arthur Serrière, François V, Filippo Rinaldi, François Carloni, Jens Emil Slav Nielsen. And Jens Emil is also somebody we need to keep an eye on during the race.
Yes, Ruben, for me it was a little bit not the surprise because we know Ruben is like many times world champion in cross duathlon in XTERRA and he's a legend of our sport for sure. But we saw him a little bit, on the back, at the first two races we had, like in Nouvelle-Aquitaine and in Malta. And also, we thought, okay, all the young generation will be very strong on this kind of format. And finally, Ruben showed that he's still there, he's still really strong, and even on very short formats. Yes, I'm really happy to see that Ruben is still fighting hard.
So we have a comment from Phil, looking forward to the racing, watching in the UK. And when is there going to be races in the UK? Well, we're working on that. We hope to be back in the UK soon. John Heisman, looking good, guys. Good luck from the UK. Thanks a lot, John. Seth Smets, dag Seth. Alles goed in België. Watch out for Tim from the Flatlands. Yes, le Plat Pays. He's locked and loaded, absolutely. And we're also having a comment from Alberto Turu. Ciao, Alberto. Fred Chanet, nous sommes au Naturman avec Alex.
Yes, my wife, she's working there. Also a big event in the southeast of France. So yes, there is. We are everywhere with the team Organico.
Yes, the orange team is a little bit everywhere. So Nico, we will remind that now what you're going to see on the screen is a special starting procedure.
Yes.
It's a bit different. The first one will start in the right row, row number 1. Then 3 seconds later, it's going to be the middle row. Then 3 seconds later, the left row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in order to keep the social distancing.
Yeah, again, this is a rule for the COVID, we first we wanted to have like every 3 seconds in a line, to make it more simple. But again, like the Italian Federation, they didn't let us, do that because they want even more space. So we had to create 3 lines, and every athlete will start every 3 seconds. And yes, it's and I think they are ready and to go. I think yes. Now the race is on. Ruben Ruzafa, the first athlete, jump in the water, and you can see 3 seconds is like just one behind each other. So it's really close, and it makes a little bit difference, of course. But if you are, in the front, we saw like Lucas Kochar already caught Ruben Ruzafa. So Lucas was second, and he's a very strong swimmer. So not I'm not surprised that it looked like also the swim looked very short. So because with the wind also the buoy had to move a little bit. So we had the boat last minute. They had to cut, to go back. Get back to the buoy in their place, but again, last minute with this wind, this condition, it's not easy to manage all this.
And as you can see from the movements of the camera, the wind is blowing really, really strong. And Lucas Kochar, who was second in Czech Republic in the short track, and who finished third in the big race, no, actually fourth, had a pretty strong start of the season. He has another level, Lucas Kochar, this year.
No, Lucas is a very strong athlete. He's the superstar in triathlon in Czech Republic on the road, and also in XTERRA. He's the best athlete, of course, in triathlon. And we saw him in the short track. He was second, right behind Arthur Serrière. So yes, Lucas is very strong, and now he can fight with the best.
We were also talking with some of the athletes this morning after the qualifying round. Some of the people were also saying that maybe starting first in the swim was not the best idea, because being behind, you could actually be drafted by the person in front of you.
Yeah, of course. And we can see that I think the swim is quite short. Again, the buoy are moving a very strong wind. So we had to put, it's less than 2 minutes. So for sure, the buoy are a little bit, they moved. So it's don't think these guys are swimming that fast. It's maybe like, a little bit short, but we do our best with the condition for sure.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, apologies obviously for the images, because here the wind and the rain makes it really, really hard. The Italian team are doing a fantastic job, and we're already thanking them for the images they can bring us. Here I think it was Jens Emil.
Normally we have like Lucas Kochar, and then we should have, just behind Arthur Serrière and Ruben Ruzafa. So a little gap already with these guys. But yes, it's normal. We had these 3 guys who were very strong this morning. They start just 3 seconds apart, and now they are like all together. It might be the first group, for the bike loop.
Yep, and usually the Molveno, the Lago di Molveno usually is really flat, and you can see that today there are some waves just because of the power of the wind. And actually now it's not as strong as it was an hour ago. An hour ago it was blowing like crazy for the ladies race.
Yeah, we had just a big gust, for the ladies race, and everything blow away. So we had to manage to fix everything really quick to be ready for this race. So yeah, a lot of stress and work to be back, to put everything together and be able to have a race now.
Okay, I continue with the comments. Christopher Dupré, Roland Fer, bon courage sur le Giro, il fait 35 degrés. Eh ben pas ici. Manuel Cosso, ciao Manuel. We also have comments from Annemette Mortensen. Good luck to everyone. Steve Laurent, couverture polaire sur les jambes, Nico. Mais non, voyons.
So the first, Lucas Kochar will be out of the water soon. He's here now. So very, short
really
swim
strong
for them today. But at least we had a swim, because sometimes when it's really cold like this, we or too much wind or wave, we had to cancel the swim. But at least if it's short, we have a swim and it's a proper triathlon. And Lucas is now, already in transition, following by François V. It's François V who already pass Ruben Muzaffar and Arthur Serrière. So François V had an amazing swim. Again, he swam with Maxime Chanet on the lead pack in Malta. So not a surprise to see François V already in such a good position. And Arthur Serrière really struggled. So it was very short swim, but we saw that already François or Maxime or Arthur Serrière, they lost a lot of time. So I wish we have some image of the race and not only on us. So I think there is maybe some issue with the technology. Yep. Because now in transition we have Filippo Rinaldi, and so the really good move was from François V, who started in fourth and is already in second. And now we are back with the image with Lucas Cochard starting, his bike loop, going up on the grassy field. So don't think these people are not putting a lot of watts. With the rain and the grass, it's very, very difficult.
And François V is right behind Lucas Cochard. François V had a pretty good swim, and he's attacking. He felt really good this morning, and he could have done even better, he said. So we will see if he's able to catch Lucas. And here at the first turn, Lucas is really smooth, because you mentioned that you had to secure the turns a little bit by adding some grip.
Yes, when we saw the forecast will be bad on every turn, every wood session, we had to put or carpet or some what we call the chicken wire to get a lot of grip. So now it's safe. They can turn and don't slide on the wood.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, obviously every time you're gonna see the images back on us, it's just because of the bad weather conditions, they're not able to have the transmission. So don't be afraid, we're trying our best to keep the action on the athletes. Lucas Cochard still leading. They have 4 loops of bike, so everything can happen, because the track is not easy, it's actually pretty hard.
Yes, it's normally this track is not that hard. It's more like a cyclocross mode, but now with the rain, the mud, and they are really slow, and they struggle a lot, to push on the even uphill or downhill. You still have to push and pedal hard. So Lucas, we can see, is putting a lot of effort, but Lucas is really, really powerful. So he can make the difference. And we see François V is not giving up, and he is not really far. And Ruben is making his move. And Ruben, he showed that this morning he was really strong. And look how fast we can see he's moving faster already than the 2 guys in the front.
The U-turn here, really important to take the U-turn. You can see that it's still a little bit slippery, so they need to pay really attention when they're on that. A lot of the athletes tell us that they just give a little break before the turn, and when they're on the turn, obviously you don't touch the brakes anymore.
Yeah, it's. I think they can. They can keep the speed. It's also all these, our athletes, they don't get used to that maybe yet. So now we see the downhill. This is a pretty tricky downhill because it's steep, it's slippery, so they have to manage the good line. They don't brake too much because with the grass and the rain, it makes it very slippery. Now they are on the shore. This is also something you have to push hard because you are on the gravel. So it's also hard to manage your bike on this part.
And Ruben Muzaffar, ladies and gentlemen, is about to he's about to pass François V.
Yeah, he's coming back on François V. So Ruben is really strong. He lost a little bit on time during the swim part, but now he's back very strong, already in second position, and he's moving faster. For sure, he's actually putting the best bike split for the first loop.
Henry Colmer, Common Jensemil, Eva Garcia Gonzalez, go, Vaclav Lebeda, Lucas Cochas, just do it, Doug Hall. Doug, so sorry not to make Molveno training in the UK weather would be useful today. Looking forward to banging elbows again next year. Yeah, Doug, we miss you, we hope you'll be back soon. Alberto Porta, W. Guesu. Jim Tice, ready to see a great show. Well done, XTERRA. Thank you so much for following us, guys. Jan Berka, Gogo Lucas. Lucas has a lot of fans following today, and he's giving them what they want. He's showing that he is really, really strong and has progressed a lot.
Yes, Ruben, we saw, Lucas is very strong for sure. We saw him in Czech during the short track. Only Arthur Serrier was able to catch him, and Arthur Serrier is our European champion, second position in Maui, so it's not everybody. And so Lucas, there is no doubt, he's swimming very fast, so he is like moving fast for sure. And he just had these two bumps, before, like now they are coming back to transition. He just finished lap 1.
And actually, Ruben is getting back on Lucas. Ruben looks pretty strong now. He's getting back
Ruben
on Lucas.
Is really, really strong, pushing really hard. We can see, I think during the next lap, Ruben will be able to come back on Lucas if he is able to maintain this pace.
François V, still third. Young François V, who is showing everybody that he's getting serious about the sport now.
Yes, and you can see these three athletes, they already put a big gap, we know, with the rest of the field. It's pretty amazing because we had like Lucas, Ruben was just behind, and François V is trying to manage the pace, but then behind it's like already a big gap, and we will have the image soon, but it's on Filippo Rinaldi and Arthur Serrier for 4th and 5th.
4th position for Filippo Rinaldi, Arthur Serrier 5th for the moment. Then it's going to be François Carloni 6th.
Now we have Patane, so the Italian athlete who is in 6th position, Carloni 7th position. So but then it's really, behind the three guys who are making a big difference is pretty tight, for the other position. So we have Lucas Cochard keep pushing in the lead, very strong, like we can see that he's focused, but now we start to see Ruben coming back because Ruben is closing the gap, is really close to Lucas now.
So for those watching us, ladies and gentlemen, the top 10 for the moment is Ruben Ruzafa first. No, actually, hold on. Lucas Cochard first, then Ruben Ruzafa second, François V third, Filippo Rinaldi fourth, Arthur Serrier fifth, Valerio Patane sixth, François Carolini 7, Filippo Barazuol 8, Jacques Martinez 9, Jens Emil Slafnisen 10, Timo Spitzon 11, Xavier Daflon 12, Mattia Zontini 13, Wojtek Bernarski 14, Tim Vandal 15, Riccardo Ridolfi 16, Marco Rinaldi 17, Stefano Davitte 18, Francesco Poda 19.
Yes, we are back with the leader, so you saw the splits, and Ruben is definitely putting a lot of watts. You can see that he just took the lead, he just passed like Lucas, so very strong, and François, you can see it's like right behind, so he's not losing, at least on Lucas Cochard.
And ladies and gentlemen, as you can maybe notice on the images, a miracle just happened here in Molveno. The sun is coming back.
Yeah, this is a great sign because we struggled the last 3 days with a lot of rain and now the wind, and to see a little bit of sun, that's beautiful, and maybe we'll have great images of this beautiful region soon.
Yes. Also, a big warm thank you to the XTERRA Italy, XTERRA Czech Republic, and the XTERRA Europe team for putting on such a wonderful course here in Molveno, and obviously the Dolomiti Paganella region, the Trentino region that made this short track possible. We hope that you're enjoying the show at home and that you're actually in the heat at home, because here, even though the sun is coming back, it's still a bit cold. Filippo Rinaldi and Arthur Serrier in pursuit mode.
Yes, it's a little bit weird to see Arthur Serrier. Arthur Serrier look not in a very good shape today because, and Filippo Rinaldi instead is in really good shape because he didn't have a very good race in Czech Republic, and today at home, Filippo Rinaldi looked very, very strong.
François Carloni also, who is trying to get back on the other ones. François knows that his only chance is going to be back on them on the bike.
Yes, the leader still, Ruben Ruzafa, putting a lot of watts,
Wow.
is very strong because those hills, if it was dry, they will be like so much faster. I think the loop will be like almost a minute faster on dry condition on the grass like this. So Ruben is so strong and flying on those downhill.
And look at the gap he has already created with Lucas Kochar, who is by no means a rookie. Lucas Kochar is a really strong athlete. So seeing Ruben being able to create such a gap in such little time is really, really impressive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, still in third. The young, very young athletes from France and Portugal, François V, is holding, this third place, is very strong, while Ruben is finishing his second lap.
Second lap for Ruben Ruzafa and Lucas Kochar. 2 more laps before the run part. In the meantime, Mette Hilleberg Larsen, Common Yensi, Steve Laurent, où sont les pom-pom girls italiennes? Ben écoutez...
Elles se sont rhabillées là, elles sont rentrées à l'hôtel.
Elles ont un peu froid. Isa Win, go Arthur Servière, go François Carloni. Merci Isa de les soutenir.
Et tu vois, juste quand elle parle de François, il est là à l'image. So François, you have some fans, so he was at the image.
Luca Aladio, ciao Nico dalla Valle d'Aosta.
Ah, nice, yes. So many memories there in winter triathlon with this team. So yes, the Valle d'Aosta, it's also a beautiful region. And we can see François Carloni, I can feel, this morning already he said, I'm not feeling that great. And I see in his face and his attitude that he is not, like pushing hard and fighting a lot, François, right now. And Ruben is doing the job, he's the boss, we call him the boss, and he's showing that he's still the boss.
And when the professor calls the boss, he's right. Well done, Ruben Ruzafa, so far putting on the show, actually smashing the opposition. But you know what? In the short track, anything can happen because we have seen some falls this morning. The grass is slippery, you never know.
Yes, of course, but those athletes now that we are following, they are the best in the world in this sport, so they know how to manage it. So of course they take a lot of risk, they go to the limit, so that can happen. But I hope for them they will stay on their wheels and then on their feet.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you the top 10 after the second lap, the splits. If I manage to work with the computer.
Still Ruben at the screen.
Ruben Ruzafa first, Lucas Kochar second, François V third. It hasn't changed. There's a 9-second gap between Ruben and Lucas, and there's a 20-second gap between Lucas and François V. Filippo Rinaldi fourth, Arthur Servière fifth. Jens Emil getting back, Jens Emil, because he is sixth. François Carloni 7, Filippo Baraswol 8, Jacques Martinez remonté aussi de Jacques 9, Valerio Patanne 10, Xavier Daflon 11, Wojtek Benarski 12, Timo Spitzorn 13, Tim Vandal also gaining a position in 14th, Riccardo Ridolfi, Marco Rinaldi 16, Stefano Davitte 17. So for the moment in the battle of the Rinaldi, Filippo is really winning easily.
Yes, Filippo is in great shape today. Is still in fourth position, looking really strong. He's doing a lot of motocross, so he loves this kind of exercise. This is a short turn, like you have to keep the speed on the turn. So yes, exactly, this is what he likes to do, and he showed us today that he likes it, and also they like the mud for sure. They know how to manage the mud.
And Steve Laurent says, Ruben est de mieux en mieux, on dirait. Ruben looks better and better. Indeed, we're witnessing that he looks to get more and more comfortable on this bike track.
Yeah, no, Ruben he showed this morning because winning this morning, we have to remind everybody that this morning they did just half the distance, so it was very short, like something like 19 minutes So and Ruben to be able to beat all those guys, like some are very young, very like they have a lot of speed on a 19 minutes race. So today on the longer one, I think now it will be hard to catch him. He already have 14-second gap, so it's quite a lot. It's not finished. He will come back and finish his third loop. But he looked like very, very strong.
So my question to the professor is going to be, do you think that Filippo Rinaldi, Arthur Serrière and Jens Emil still can catch François V or Lucas Cochard?
Yeah, I think the podium is still really open. Even Ruben showed that he's strong and powerful, and to do what he did this morning means he is also able to run quite fast. So we'll see, because it's not finished. After the 4-loop bike, they will have to manage 2 loops run for sure. So it's a longer race than this morning, the double distance. And at the image we see Bernarski from the Czech Republic, and Ruben we hear the bell. It's Ruben starting his last lap on the bike.
Last lap for Ruben Ruzafa, who is still looking really strong. You see here François V in his pink jersey of the Team V from Portugal and France. Françoise Martinez qui commande.
Very strong.
Vas-y Jacques Martinez, tu remontes, c'est top. Merci Françoise. Max Chanet, who comments pour une fois qu'il peut rouler sans aller me chercher François, pas de moteur.
Yeah, no, he's doing really well. And so we had already 3 athletes who came by transition to start their last loop on the bike. Ruben now, the image, he is pushing, and he's still looking pretty strong.
Et David Robert qui répond à Max en rigolant. Max, ça l'excite quand tu es devant. Vous n'êtes pas obligé de commenter ça sur les pages, les gars. Merci. Max Cheney, who is having fun at home. Nice action we have today here at the Lago di Molveno in the Dolomiti Paganella region. We are on the eastern side, northeast side of Italy, and the pack of the chasers is arriving. And I remind the audience that if an athlete is slapped, he has to stop his race at the transition.
Yes, exactly. We want to keep clear, this is a great show, and we want always everybody and for the live to see who is the leader and to make it clear. This is in many sports like this, and so we keep this rules, and we still see François Carloni, and you see on the results that one guy who is coming back very strong is Jens Emil Slot Nielsen, because now he's back in 4th. He was 4th already in the Czech Republic. So he's strong, and it's way not finished, and I can start to bet, I love this young kid, François V, but I think Jens Emil will be able to go back on the podium.
So I will remind every viewers that Jens Emil Sloth Nielsen and Shiva Leisner from Denmark drove 14 hours to get here to Molveno. So they're really excited to be able to race, and I encourage all the Danish supporters to put their encouragements on the social media so that we can pass the energy on to the athletes. François Martinez, bravo fils, remonte.
You saw the distance with now it's a big gap. Yeah, he had Ruben had this whole loop, in front of Lucas Cochard. So yes, and also Lucas have the same, time, the same loop, and more than that on the rest of the field. So these two guys are putting a big difference. And again, with the rain, this condition, he makes this race harder. So we didn't have, the fight maybe we expected if it was dry and faster, of course, but what we can do, we are so happy to have a race and to see those athletes fighting hard.
Absolutely. Being able to have a race is already incredible and already a miracle in 2020. Urbanschel Timo Alrein. And François V, now that we see indeed the gap is really bigger, and you see that Jens Emil is flying down on him. But not only Jens Emil, Filippo Rinaldi is right behind, so nothing is done for the podium. And Arthur Serrière is still in the pack.
Yes, and Arthur, he can count on an amazing, running skills. So you can see the bell. This is Michal Pilusek ring the bell. He created this bell, especially for the XTERRA short track. So he's managing and helping us with his father. This is all, this European crew here, like with Karel, with Yuchun. We put all the effort together with the Italian team to, bring you a big race here. So one athlete you can see will get lap.
Yep.
So these athletes now have to stop, and so
At
this
the
is the
transition.
rules. He will finish the loop, of course, but he will have to stop entering transition.
Mette Hilleberg Larsen, who says, doe mega sèche comme ça. Mathieu Feder-Schwaner, Jens Emil, Danish Dynamite, Annemette Menner Mortensen, Gogo Jens Emil, Sloth Nielsen, looking good. Anders Winkler Pedersen, you are the bike king, Jens Emil. The Danish are showing up now.
Yes, and he is also a pretty good runner. So we saw in Malta that François had some trouble to finish the race, on the run. So maybe his weakness, the run part. So let's see if and we have now Ruben entering transition. So Ruben will finish the bike and start the last part of this race, of this triathlon, this XTERRA short track in Molveno. He will start the run. We have this athlete who just get lapped, so he's allowed to reach transition and finish the race for him. But this is life. He play hard to be there, to be on this race, because we had a lot of Italian from the Italian team, so a lot of new athletes, and I hope they love this format, and we have to build the new generation with this kind of format, because it's perfect if you are young.
Which means that Signore Lorenzo Spagnolo is unfortunately the first athlete that was lapped and that has to stop his race. Grazie per tutti, Lorenzo Spagnolo. Thanks for taking part in this Molveno race, Molveno short track. And the race continues on.
Yes.
Ruben Ruzafa has finished the...
And he's on the run. Now we are back with the image of Ruben starting his two-loop run. So the run loop is on the same track. We use the same track, of course, but they have a little bit shorter loop on the to do on the run. So I don't know what happened. Some people yelling and get excited. So Ruben is starting the run loop right here.
And so we're asking the Regia if they can show the transition, because there's a pack of chasers arriving nearly in the same time in transition. So for the moment, Ruben Ruzafa first out of transition, obviously, and still leading. Lucas Kochar, who is 24 seconds behind. Then François V and Filippo Rinaldi came out at the same time of the transition, right behind Arthur Serrière and Jens Emil Sloth Nielsen. Nothing is done.
Yeah.
Nothing is done for the third place and maybe even the second, even though it's going to be really hard to get back on Lucas Kochar.
Yes, Lucas is also a very strong runner. Now Ruben is also really powerful on the run, so every uphill Ruben will be able to put a lot of watt, so it's not he can manage the pace. But Kochard is also a very strong runner. We saw him during the short track in the Czech Republic, so I don't feel that Lucas will give up on his second place so quick.
Yep, and you see indeed that there is another element people need to pay attention to. You still have bikers finishing the loops, and you already have runners. That is also something they need to pay attention to.
Yes, but again, if the runner is lapping, the biker is out. It's always, it's the same. So it means they get, they are one lap out. So it's the game.
Filippo Rinaldi looking strong as well. Still in the running part. Well done, Rinaldone from Yuri do Yuri. Roger Serrano, no. Why, Roger?
And we have now Xavier Daflon and François Carloni passing Filippo Barrazuol just in front of us. So Filippo Barrazuol, he had a fantastic race today. He's coming, like we said earlier, from the ski mountaineering, and François V still fighting to keep his third place, but you can see it's not finished because the flying runner Arthur Serrière starts to run another speed that the other guys is like moving so fast. And yeah,
and Ruben is gonna lap a biker now.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what happened. So it's they are, because on the uphill like this with the grass and everything, running can be faster than going, on the bike. So of course on the downhill it's different. So yeah, this guy will make it. This is he was like just in front. So of course that's nice. And we see Xavier Daflon and François Carloni, who had not his best leg during the bike loop, but it looked like he's running pretty good.
Yep. Alors, Max Chanet, qui a sorti les pointes? Eh bien, on n'est pas certain en fait qu'il les ait sortis.
Yeah, this is like a big question that the triathletes, they always forgot that on those conditions you can wear spikes, running shoes like for the cross-country race with spikes, and this can be a big advantage. And we remember like a few years ago, Bradley Weiss, he won Maui, and he was intelligent to put the spikes because it's really muddy. So, but it looked like nobody will have it today, and we saw Ruben Ruzafa just starting his last loop. He had the bell, so 2 loops. So he did 1 loop, and he had the bell to start the second loop. This is Jacques Martinez, very nice athletes from France.
And back on Filippo.
Rinaldi.
Philippe Torres Assi, V de Portugal, M tercero. And also a question, een vraag van Geert Lorissen. Waar is Tim Van Dal? Tim Van Dal is nu in 14e positie, 14e plaats. Tim Van Dal is in 14th.
We saw like starting also the last loop, still in second position and looking still really strong. Lucas Cochard is holding the pace and still in.
And actually, Lucas is kind of getting back a little bit on Ruben. 30 seconds, 29 seconds on Ruben. Don't know if he's going to be able to make up 29 seconds in one lap, but still pretty nice performance from Lucas Cochard. And François now is probably going to take over Xavier Daflon.
Yeah, and this is like amazing to see François running that fast, because we know like Xavier is a good runner, but again this year the first race for Xavier, and not easy to even you have the training, you don't have your enough speed to race hard, so it's not easy today to be like 100% for Xavier Daflon.
And ladies and gentlemen, the race for the third place is getting even more exciting, because Filippo Rinaldi is in 31.24, 9 seconds behind Arthur Serrière, who we know is the best runner for the moment on the circuit, 9 seconds behind Filippo. Then Jens-Emil Sloth-Nielsen only 5 seconds behind Arthur Serrière, and François V in the same second as Jens-Emil. Yes, incredible.
Yeah, very, very close, very tight. So we saw Ruben lapping again an athlete like Stefano Davite. So very, very tight. You have the result here now on the screen. Poda, a young athlete that hope we will see more and more. It's very young, less than 20 years old. So those athletes from the Italian team, they are here to learn with the best cross triathlete in the world. Ruben is now on his last part of this last loop. So, and we can see Lucas is still have a big advantage, from the athletes behind. So those athletes, they run really fast.
Absolutely,
so they
massive.
Didn't lose any time, and Filippo Rinaldi is the surprise.
He's looking strong.
Filippo Rinaldi will be in third position today. Amazing race from Filippo Rinaldi.
Absolutely massive performance by Ruben Ruzafa Cueto, who is gonna win in a moment now the XTERRA short track Molveno. And Arthur Serrière is right behind Filippo Rinaldi, ladies and gentlemen. Arthur Serrière right behind Filippo. Will Filippo Rinaldi be able to hold on his third place? We hope for him that yes, because it's in Italy, and we start to see the Dolomites in front of us.
And with some snow on top of it. Yes, we saw. But you see the camera angle make it like it was very close, but it was not that close because also some uphill. So I think Filippo will be able to stay in the front. So also I think Arthur is not completely. He's not at the level we saw him last time in Czech.
Malta, in
it's
Czech
not also
Republic.
different conditions, so it's not the same. Some race will fit better to other athletes.
François Carloni, who has also created a gap in front of Xavier Daflon. He passed Xavier Daflon.
Yeah, no, Xavier Daflon and Filippo Baraswol. So very good run for François. But of course he will be disappointed because François likes to race in the front. He likes to swim hard and then come back in the front during the bike. This kind of short race, twisty, muddy like that. I think François normally kind of love it. And today, François, he was not really happy with his race. And we will soon be back on the image of the winner.
Finish line, ladies and gentlemen, of this short track Molveno, XTERRA short track Molveno, winning it. El Rey Ruben Ruzafa Cueto, ladies and gentlemen. The professor said the boss was there and the boss has done the job.
And the boss is back because again, we saw him really struggling the first two events this year. He was not even, he was sixth in one race and fifth in Malta, so he was quite disappointed. And now we have Lucas Kochard, second place again in a short track. So two amazing performances from Lucas in the short track in Czech and here now in Molveno. Of course, he say, okay, now I want to win one for sure.
Yes, great performance by Lucas Kochard, finishing the short track second in Czech Republic and second here in Molveno, Italy. And we're waiting for the third one. Will it be Filippo Rinaldi from Italy or will it be Arthur Serrière? Let's get back on the image.
We'll have, the image from the finish line. And this is Filippo Rinaldi. Amazing race. I think he can be really happy. Podium for Filippo Rinaldi today in Italy at home.
Rinaldone in third place. Well done, Filippo Rinaldi, Scott athlete from Italy, and really happy because he has already won the Rinaldi battle.
Fourth place, and we need to ask the athletes to don't block the view. Fourth place for Arthur Serrière and fifth for Jens Emil Slot Nielsen.
Vaclav Lebeda, congrats to Lucas Kochard and François V. What a nice race by François V.
Exactly, this athlete is really young. He have a lot to learn, but he showed that he can be in the front. Of course, he still have to improve a little bit his running skills, but this guy is really the future of XTERRA and cross triathlon.
Well done. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the moment, the top six at the end of this XTERRA short track Molveno: Ruben Ruzafa Cueto, Lucas Kochard, Filippo Rinaldi, Arthur Serrière, Jens Emil Slot Nielsen, and François V. And Francesco Carloni finishing now, the new Italian from France, in front of the Swiss gentleman Xavier Daflon.
Yes, those guys. So Xavier, I'm not really surprised. Again, he came here because he said, I want to race one. And I love XTERRA, no yet race this year, so we were so happy to have him on the start list. And now this is Filippo Baraswol. Again, he started XTERRA. I remember his first race was in Garda last year, and first XTERRA, and then he came fifth. And this is Bernarski. I always messed up with Wojtek Bernarski because he have his brother Vaclav. They are both really strong. So from the Czech Republic, this is maybe not really COVID friendly, but what we can do. So, and at the image also a very young talented athlete, Thomas Spitzhorn from Germany. You know him?
Yeah. So
you have some song
Timo Spitzhorn. Wie ist der Vater von Timo Spitzhorn? Wie ist der Vater von Timo Spitzhorn? Oliver Spitzhorn.
Jacques Martinez, another French athlete. Also, he loved the short track. He came here. We are so happy, and we want to thank you all guys to come here today and fight hard on this, this heavy condition with the wind, with the rain, the mud. And some people, they were asking about Tim Van Dalen is here.
Yep.
Like Patane, also another very young athlete. Ridolfi, from all these athletes from the Italian team, finishing strong. Because just to finish, don't get lapped, it's already very good, because when you have an athlete like Ruben Ruzafa, so good shape today, it's very good to just finish the race and be able to do the whole thing for sure.
Alors, René Saint-Pierre, bravo François Carloni, Jörg Schreiber, XTERRA, living more special in this time. Absolutely, we're really fortunate to be able to organize this race, and we're really happy. Timo Spitzon, a young athlete like François, the future of XTERRA.
Yes, those athletes, I'm so happy they came here to race the XTERRA. This format is new, it's very good for the show, and I believe a lot in it, and to have those young athletes coming here to race and to learn how to battle with the best is really good. And Tim Van Dale also here with us today, and for sure maybe this guy was expecting a little bit better results, because he loved those conditions. This is almost like home in Belgium.
Tim Van Dale finishing now, and Marco Rinaldo, that lost the battle against his brother. François Martinez, bravo Jacques. Maria Joao Torrado, you are really big, congratulations. Rui Silva, Tim V, Annette Jensen, Oksat Tilbagetil Rulen. Sorry for my Danish, I hope I'm not killing the pronunciation. Maria Joao Torrado, muitos parabéns, François V. Françoise Martinez, bravo fiston, trop fier de toi. Diana Sloth-Nielsen, Sadan Jensemil. Jensemil, yes, great race by Jensemil. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we encourage everybody to go on the XTERRA Facebook page, Facebook Europe, because we also have made a really nice video of presentation of the Molveno area, where you can see Molveno under beautiful weather, the Dolomites, the food, the lifestyle, the outdoors, because XTERRA is not only sports, it is sports, but is also enjoying the natural beauty and the fantastic world we have the chance to live in.
Yes, and we were so, happy and pleased to build this race during the whole week, to have a blue sky. We are walking in t-shirt with all those mountains around, so we are quite mad seeing the forecast for this weekend. We say, oh, how, because this place is really beautiful, and we hope we'll have great future with this place.
And so the other boss is commenting, Michal Piluczek Senior. Bravo Checha.
Yeah.
We also have Rui Silva, big François V, absolutely. Yurido Yuri, Rinaldi, Rinald 1, Rinald 1. Yes, I know, but the other Italians said yesterday Rinaldone. So
no,
I say
Rinald 1.
Rinald 1 and Rinald 2.
Rinalduno. Rinalduno.
Jose Manuel Candon Balestero, the king of mud, come back, Ruben Ruzafa. Absolutely.
Yes,
Today he showed that he was still at the level.
Yes, exactly. What he showed this morning, it's really amazing. And yes, of course, he lost some time. Even the swim was a little bit short. He lost some time, in the water. But then it was really above everybody on this bike, today. He was pushing so much watt on the bike, and we are ready almost for the podium, for the top 3, because we'll close this live after the podium. And it was a show, it was really the Ruben show, like we used to see since many years. But of course now we have a lot of young athletes pushing behind, and Maxime Chanet, of course, I think he is in front of his TV and he's really mad to not be here. But because Max is also the new generation and a very strong athlete for this kind of show and race. And but they see that even they are young and talented, they still have to count on Ruben.
Yes, so indeed, Mike Chanet, we think about you, but there are a lot of young stars coming up.
Yeah.
Mike Chanet, Arthur Serrière are already confirmed young athletes. Arthur Forissier, really strong as well. Lucas Kochar, also young and talented and strong. And even younger than them, you have age groupers like François Vie, Timo Spitzon getting up. And now we will see the flower ceremony. Filippo Rinalduan, that is in third place. Filippo, who is really, really happy. And there's a huge Italian contingent coming today to watch him. Many thanks, Chun, to explain the joke about Rinalduan too. Yes, Massimo.
Lucas Kochar, second position today, again second on the short track after his second place. But yeah, Rinaldi did the show today because again last time we saw him in Czech Republic, I think he was quite disappointed about his result, and today he showed also that he is one of the strong athletes in the field.
Yes, big applause to François Vie. Parabéns, François Vie. We have a lot of Portuguese fans as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, feel free and don't hesitate to like the live on Facebook so that some more people will be able to watch it afterwards. And yes, they're happy to put some spumante on each other, spumante, because we are in Italy, obviously, land of the fantastic Dolomiti Paganella region in Trentino.
Yes, and you know, I was really close from the heart attack, you know, like this morning when we saw the wind.
Yes.
And everything, and to see this image, I'm like, now I will sleep well tonight, because yes, it was a lot of stress. We work hard, and I believe and we believe a lot on this format and to show that in TV. So I'm very happy to to see this, that it's finished.
And actually, we really hope that we would have been able to show you the landscape around us, because now the clouds are starting to be blown away by the wind a little bit, and you start to guess the Dolomites UNESCO World Heritage in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, and it's absolutely fantastic. And we talked to all the athletes when they arrived here, because for a lot of people it was their first time in the Dolomites. It was breathtaking, even for you and for me when we arrived.
Of course. When we did the show, so it was like very good. Now we will do some interviews, so I will let you do that. So I will let my position, and to do the interview. So tune is for you. See you guys. For the lady this afternoon, I let you manage this spot.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will welcome the top three, but first, obviously, we will welcome El Rey Ruben. Ruben is still there. And Ruben, you can speak in this microphone. Is it on? It's on, because we need to keep the social distancing. Ruben, start of the race. Lucas fly past you in the water.
Yes.
What is in your mind at that moment?
No, I knew that. I knew that Lucas goes really fast in the swim, so I thought about keeping in his bag and try to keep my pace. And finally, I did that.
When you arrived on the bike, you felt really strong in your legs, really powerful?
Yeah, totally. My bike is my strong part of the race, so I try to push, not very quickly, because I knew that the race will be long and very fast. So I try to keep my pace and try to take Kochar slowly.
And about the weather conditions, the wind, some little rain, how was it for you to manage the energy?
Yes, I think this condition was very good for me, so I was happy, I was prepared, I was mentally side to this, so finally I think it was good for me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, on social media, if you're still watching us, if you have questions for Ruben, it's the moment, because he's still with us for a few seconds. But in the meantime, Ruben, there's a lot of young athletes that are trying to pick your place. And today you showed I'm still the boss.
Yes, there are a lot of young people that is coming. Yes, sometimes it's hard for me because I am one of the oldest guys in the.
You're not
in
that
the,
old.
No, finally no, but sometimes I feel like that. So I'm very happy with this victory. It's a lot of work since August. So yes, finally very happy with the end of the year, with this final race of the year, and that gives me power and cheering for next year.
And motivation for next year.
Yeah.
Last question for you, Ruben. What do you think about the short track?
Well, I think it's a very special race. For me, it's very fun because I came from mountain biking, that is 1 hour and a half pushing until the limit. So I think it's very good for me. I'm happy and I pass very well in this kind of races. So I hope to do more and I hope that the XTERRA will do more.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Ruben, and congratulations for your results. Now we will welcome number 2, who was number 2 short track Czech Republic. And Ruben, you have a lot of people commenting there. Bravo, Ruben. Bravo, Ruben. Just one other thing, Massimo. Tune, please. No spumante, but bollicine. Sorry, guys. Bollicine. Okay. So, Lucas, second in Czech Republic. And today, second behind Ruben, but still incredible race.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking for more, but Ruben was just too strong today. So I'm happy for the second place.
It was incredible because when we saw Ruben start the swim, then we saw a torpedo, you like flying by him like it was nothing.
Yeah, maybe I like the waves in the lake, so it was the advantage for me. I say the still.
You prefer when it's moving.
Yeah. For the better swimmer, it's better.
And regarding the weather conditions, the rain, did you like that actually?
I just said the guys here in the transition that I raced last week in Czech Republic, the half Ironman, and there was like 3 or 4 degrees. Also,
wow!
Also rain, so it was the most crazy race I have ever done. The half of the people finished the race, the second half just frozen. So yeah, second week with this weather, but today it was no rain in the afternoon, so I think it was good condition.
Yeah, so today for you was good weather.
Yeah. I'm the big guy, so maybe better for me than the archers, for example.
About the time trial format, and the pursuit style, do you like that?
Oh yeah, I think it's interesting, and the people must race hard in the morning. So the best athletes, I think, win today.
Yeah. So do you have Viva Lucas Kočár? You have a lot of fans from Czech Republic. You have to tell them something in Czech now for all the viewers from Czech Republic. Please, the camera is yours, Lukas.
Okay. Tak chtěl bych samozřejmě poděkovat nejenom asi rodině a týmu, ale primárně asi teďka mé přítelkyni, protože to, jak se stará vlastně o můj Instagram, a v poslední době vlastně všechny závody máme nějaký live streamy a myslím si, že hodně lidí to sleduje a v téhle zvláštní sezóně to bylo asi to nejlepší, co jsme mohli udělat, a doufám, že jakoby to nějakým způsobem zúročíme příští rok, ať už ohledně sponzorů nebo dalších věcí. Takže všem děkuju a doufám, že tady ten formát i short tracku, tak že bude nějak pokračovat, a myslím si, že se mě v něm poměrně daří, takže budu rád, když se mě bude dařit i dál.
Děkuji. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was Lucas Kočár from Czech Republic. Well done. Thank you very much. Congratulations for your incredible race. And indeed, ladies and gentlemen from Czech Republic, these young athletes, upcoming young athlete, but already confirmed because he's having really strong results. He's open to your proposals. And ladies and gentlemen, for all the Italians watching the show, because we're in Italy here, I have a special guest here. I have Filippo Rinaldo 1.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
So, Filippo, today it was not only one race that was special because it was Italy, it was also a special race because it was the Battle of the Rinaldis.
Yeah. We didn't battle at all, but I am happy with that because if I battle with my brother, I won't go very fast. So it was better to battle with Serrier and Cocar and these guys because they are the best. So to be with them means that I still got it.
You still have it, and actually you progressed compared to Czech Republic. So what was your feeling when you got out of the water and you saw that there was already quite some gap? Were you afraid? Were you expecting it?
I didn't expect to arrive on the podium, but the water was rough because there was a lot of wind, so it was a difficult swim. And then I could close the gap on the bike because we have some turns here, and the track is a little bit like motocross, so I enjoyed it. And the run, I think, is the first race in which I run quite good.
Yeah, because we saw Arthur Serrier was behind you, and we were really like, will Filippo be able to keep his lead? Because Arthur is really one of the strongest, if not the strongest runner in the circuit, and still you were really strong all the way until the end.
I was asking myself the same question because it's a little bit scary to have Arthur behind. But I did a good race. I am happy because I could push till the end, and it was very, very difficult. And a lot of time that I didn't do a race like this.
So also the biking part was really interesting because you were always with Jens Emil and Arthur.
Yeah.
And also François, Jens Emil behind, and Arthur right behind you. So it was like all of you pushing to get back.
Yeah, we were the three of us, and we were pushing. François V was in front of us, and we could close the gap a little bit. And for sure to know that I had Serrier back and Nielsen also, it was a motivation to push harder and to not be overpassed. So it was a good race, and also the technical side was good.
Well done. And so you have Yuri do Yuri, Rinald 1, Soschmel. I don't know what it means.
What?
Soschmel.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not Italian.
One last word for your Italian fans watching you today. The camera is yours.
Ragazzi, mi fa piacere se avete seguito perché ce l'ho fatta. Un podio qua era una cosa che era difficile da pronosticare, ma è venuta fuori una gran bella gara.
And also tell them to come to Dolomiti Paganella region because it's wonderful.
Assolutamente, venite qui a Molveno, è fantastico, tutto verde, molto curato, ma for sure they will come in a few months because it's winter time and you can ski there, so it's fantastic.
Thank you very much. Grazie Filippo Rinaldi, finishing third, XTERRA short track Molveno. Well done, and see you tonight at the award ceremony. Grazie Filippo. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this live stream of the men's race of this XTERRA Molveno short track. I'm having the professor back next to me for the conclusion of the words, and in the meantime, feel free to share the live stream.
So yes, so we'll close the live pretty soon. So happy to have this interview with these three winners. So you had fun with them? It was okay, they were nice with you?
Yeah, absolutely, it was incredible. Thank you so much for the Italian team. And we have another special guest.
Okay, so I will have to move again.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
then you close the show by yourself. I don't come back again.
It's Costa's ID.
Okay.
it's Costa's ID.
Okay, ciao Chun, ciao guys.
Ciao,
See
Professor.
you in about 45 minutes, a little more than that, yes. 45 minutes.
45
for the
minutes.
women.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in 45 minutes we will start the stream for the women's race. In the meantime, for those who are still on, feel free to like the XTERRA global page, XTERRA Europe page. Thank you very much for those who have followed the streaming on Triathlon Live. And now I'm welcoming another special guest from Italy. She is the host of XTERRA Italy. Actually, XTERRA Garda.
No, Garda, no, I'm not. XTERRA Scanno.
XTERRA Scanno.
Yeah.
It's the famous Tania. So
Well,
Tania,
I'm not really famous, but you know, I envy you because you sit here and you have a great view, you have the Dolomites view, and it's so beautiful. I'm staying outside in the rain. Well, we love actually what we do, you know, and it's at the end, that it's all about.
yes.
Loving what you do.
So okay, you know what? For the second race, I trade my I trade my spot with you.
Okay, we can change. Yeah.
So how was the race in your position in these special circumstances with the weather, the crazy action, etc.?
Well, I think that these guys are really used to it because they're like gladiators, you know. They love to be full of mud and just fighting like crazy. And you know, they were so fast that sometimes I couldn't see even the name. I look at their faces and it was full of mud, but it was really, really good race. I think we'll have some beautiful views with the ladies' race, given that the sun came out. I mean, the sun is shining. We can see the beautiful Dolomites from here.
Yep.
I hope you all will see these beautiful Dolomites, and hope so from all my heart in the future to have many athletes for this XTERRA here in Molveno, not just the pros, the elite.
The age groups as well.
The age groups as well, yeah. Due to these conditions of this year, we all know, difficult situation, but who knows, in the future.
In the
Fingers crossed for all
future,
of us.
we will be ready in the Dolomiti Paganella region to welcome everybody here in this wonderful town of Molveno. Massimo says, "Alle Tania."
Alle Tania, ah ouais.
You have a lot of fans, and
come
actually,
on.
ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to work with you. And you still have the ladies' race.
Oh yeah, you too, by the way.
Me too, but indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for following the streaming. Marcelo Cazabat, felicitaciones a todos los atletas XTERRA y a los conductores de la transmisión. Saludos desde Argentina.
Oh,
Los amigos de
beautiful.
Argentina. Thank you very much.
Thank
Gracias.
you.
Muchas gracias.
See you later.
Tanya, we will start the stream of the ladies in 45 minutes.
So
it's going
just
to
have a
be an
break.
interesting
Let's
race as
have
well.
a coffee meanwhile.
We will have a coffee in the meantime. Thank you so much for following us. Be back in 45 minutes for the ladies' race. It's going to be interesting as well. We'll have a wonderful landscape. And in the meantime, adios.
See you.